Good morning. It is what time? 7:15 a.m. on Monday, November 8th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Technically, I have been up for a little while. I fell down a shallow internet hole about cave diving. I just happened to be scrolling Twitter a little bit and got, hooked, caught by the delta P, the difference in pressure that can sometimes trap divers. Anyway, yeah, that happens sometimes. I think everyone can relate that sometimes you just sort of get hooked. But yeah, I had a weird day yesterday. I have talked before in these videos about how I will sometimes get what I believe to be migraines, but are not like I don't experience them in quite the same way that I think the sort of stereotypical uh, way does. Like generally, I'm not in just like tons and tons of pain, but I do just get sort of like this heavy brain feeling. And in any case, I wasn't feeling super great yesterday, which I don't ask for pity other than to just explain why I pretty much spent all day watching all of season 2 of The Sopranos, just because I could just put it on and then just be on the couch and watching it. It's interesting because I do know that I have watched The Sopranos before, but there's an awful lot of it that I didn't remember, and I think it's part of it is because I think I was watching it at a much more surface level previously. I think part of it may have been because I wasn't watching it when it was new, like when it was first coming out. Like I didn't start watching it regularly until much later in the run. At which point I had, I think, blasted through the series and might have been watching it just like while it was on in the background or something. And so there was a lot of nuance to it that I missed when I originally watched it. Uh, and in this case, of course, I'm watching it in kind of an altered mental state, at least to some extent. Yesterday I was. But certainly, I'm enjoying it more now, I think, than I did on my previous watch. But one of the things that it causes me to reflect on a little bit is I have long felt about the Godfather movies that while I can absolutely respect the filmmaking on display, they don't really penetrate emotionally for me. Like, I don't like them. Like, not it, which is different than saying I think they're bad movies, because I don't. I think that they are extremely well made movies, just telling a story that I don't especially care for. And one of the reasons that I have sometimes given to myself or others for why I feel that way is this idea of I feel like I don't have anyone to root for. Like all of the characters, like I don't feel like I'm on Michael's side because he's a bad person. Like that sort of thing, like that vague feeling, and that being why. But I'm not sure why Sopranos feels different in that regard to me because Tony, of course, is like Tony Soprano has a lot of pretty profound flaws uh, that make him a person that I don't think I would want to spend time with in real life. I would want to kind of keep my distance because he is not only a person that can be extremely dangerous to people he doesn't like, but frequently dangerous to people he does like too. Um, just in the sense of the long term effects of his presence in their lives is negative. Um, Not that that's all his fault. I mean, a lot of it is the the whole environment that that story takes place in. Like could it's like a reflection on that most recent movie version that tells a little bit of the story of when he was younger. Like, did Tony ever have a shot at being a different kind of person? Like, or is he kind of just doomed? Right? I don't know. But in some respects, I think there's an interiority and a complexity there in Tony that I don't get when I watch the Godfather movies. At least not with Michael. I like Vito okay when he's in Godfather 2, but even still, like, I can't support like the journey he's on exactly. Whereas Tony, I think you know what? Maybe I think part of it is the idea of the ambition turns me off. Whereas with Tony, it kind of feels like not that he's not ambitious, but that he really feels a bit more like a third generation soldier who's just trying to hold the line, and it's hard, and he's doing the best he can, and it's not a great war to be in, but he was kind of born into it, and what are you going to do? And I don't know, maybe that's what feels different to me. I'm not sure. I don't have like a really thought out PhD thesis on the subject. I'm just kind of reflecting on why is it that I am enjoying The Sopranos in a way that I don't the Godfather movies. I don't know. Anyway, I will leave it there for now, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.